Good morning, friends, or good evening, or good night if you're not living in Norway. I'm in the capital of Norway. You can write in the comments what is the name of the capital of Norway. Do you know? No cheating, no Googling, just write. Today I woke up with this immense feeling to comfort those who are carrying like a hurtful or a painful secret, or those of you who feel that the future is very dark, and those who are hurting. I have met so many people in refugee camps in Norway, among young and old, women and men, who after they have been abused, or after they have been deceived or betrayed or hurt by purpose by someone, they feel that it's something with them that makes them like deserve the harsh treatment, or someone who has been tortured, or and they feel like, okay, maybe it's something with me that attract these pains. Maybe this is my life. Maybe I'm supposed to live in pain, um, maybe I'm not worth more. And I even have met a woman who has been in a war and who has been abused, and she said, I feel like an animal. I feel that I'm not more worth than an animal. And people have treated her like an animal and stepped on her and not respected her boundaries, not respected her no when she said no. They didn't respect that. And maybe that has happened to you also, that someone you trusted, or someone you knew, or some stranger treated you like garbage, like a dog, And I just want to speak to you today. So if you are watching this video and you feel like I'm good, I don't need this, then maybe you should send this video to someone who needs it. Because I wish I could speak to each person individually, because each person is special, and it's not all words who go into the hearts of all persons, because each situation is different. But there are some things that are universal, that are true to all of us, to all of you. And it is, among others. And here are some tips for you, First of all, I just want to cut through the air and say that you are very valuable. You are very valuable. You are worth protecting. You are worth dying for, Maybe people haven't protected you. Maybe people have let you down. But there is a God in heaven who has seen everything, and he says you are worth dying for. And he came down to the earth and he died in your place to rescue you out from the enemy's camp and into his own arms. He died on the cross for you so that you can have freedom to be yourself, to raise up and to be yourself. He has created you with the potential you have, with the personality you have, and he loves you, and he says you are to die for. I will die to protect you, So even if people did not protect you, and even if you even now don't have people around you who say you are so valuable, you're so worth protecting, then remind yourself there is a God in heaven, and he says you are to die for. I will die to protect you. I'll protect you with my own life, So you are very, very, very valuable. And sometimes when you feel that you are not valuable, I recommend that you take those thoughts captive. Take them in your hand. When you say to yourself, I'm not worth, I'm not beautiful, I'm not valuable, I am less than others, or it's my, then just take those thoughts captive in your hand and throw them away and replace that thought. Like, you stop that thought, just stop that thought, because the change starts in your mind, in your head. The change, you don't actually need the surroundings or your life to change before you experience change. You can start to experience change if you embrace the truth that you are valuable. You are worth dying to protect. You are worth protecting, And start to say that to your mirror. Go look in the mirror and say, I am worth protecting. I am very valuable, And then say, there is a God in heaven and He loves me. He knows me better than anyone, and He has actually created me this way. So I am fine. I am beautiful. I'm created this way, and I'm loved, So start to say the good, true things to yourself. And when lies from the devil or lies from people who are used by the devil, or lies come into your mind saying that I'm not worth it, then stop those thoughts every time, and little by little you will have less of these thoughts. Stop them every time and throw them away, and replace them with something you say out loud. Say out loud, no, that's not true. I am valuable. I am valuable. There is a good future and a hope for me. There is a good future for me. My life is not over. Okay, so, but you have to actually say it out loud, because you yourself need to hear you saying it. So please stop every belittling thought, words that come into your mind. Stop them every time, and soon there will be less and less and less. But you have to replace it by something you say. So say, I am valuable. There is a good future waiting for me, Okay. There are many other tips, especially that you should know that you are worth receiving help. And maybe you are one who always helps people, and you should know that you are also worthy that someone helps you and listens to you. Maybe there is, I don't know if you have someone in your circle who you can trust. If you have someone you can trust who will not speak to others about your story, then say to them, I'm not feeling well. I feel lonely, or I feel sad these days. Can I just share my heart with you, and you don't tell it to others? I just need to tell it to someone. And especially those of you who are carrying those secrets that are eating away your inside, the secrets that someone abused you, someone stepped upon you, someone hurt you, and you have kept it as a secret, maybe because they said if you tell someone they will kill you, or you will be seen as someone weak. It is not a weak thing to speak about what happened to you. It requires strength. So it means you are brave. It means you are taking yourself and life seriously, that you actually speak to someone about it. And some of the feelings on our inside will not start to heal before our mouth has spoken the truth. Actually, the Holy Bible says that you shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. So sometimes you need to speak the truth, just to tell your story. If you have no one to tell it to, not even a Christian pastor, because they will not tell it to others, or a nurse, or if you have no one, then write it down. Write down the truth about what happened in your diary, or write a letter to God and show it to God. Say, God, this is what happened. Or if you need to write, you can also write it and send it privately on my message, and I can read it, but I cannot answer. I get too many messages, so I'm not able to answer. But if you need somewhere to send it, you can send it to me. But write it and write it to God. And don't get disappointed when I don't answer, because I get too many messages. I'm not able to answer them. Sorry. But try to find someone, because the truth will set you free. And then you actually have also to admit that, what they did to me was very painful, and it caused me great pain. And you can cry, you can weep, and weep to God, or weep to your parents, or weep to a pastor, or weep to a good friend whom you trust, or just weep to God if there is no one around you. Weep to God and say, this was so painful to me. Because when you speak the truth, not just that it doesn't matter, I'm strong. Sometimes you actually need to admit that it did matter. It was wrong. It was very wrong. And I didn't deserve that, before you can start to heal. And I will let you know one thing, one secret that many people don't know. Feeling that you are to be blamed for the abuse, that's part of the symptoms. So everybody who have been abused by others, sexually abused, will feel that it is your fault. That's part of the symptom, but it is not. It is always the abuser. Even if you were at the wrong place at the wrong time, even if you wore clothes like this or like that, even if you said this or that word, even an abuser is responsible for abusing. It is not your fault as the one who was abused. It is not your fault. He or she could choose not to do it, and they chose to do it, so it's their fault. And you are clean. You don't need to feel that you have done something wrong, because God saw the situation. God knew and saw what was happening, and the blame will go to the abuser, and you are clean. So you don't have to feel guilty. You don't have to ask for forgiveness to God when you did nothing. You were perpetrated against. So it's the other person who needs to face God, and one day will pay for that sin. And even if it seems that they are not paying now, one day they will pay, because God is our avenger. And I feel that very strongly for someone. I think it is in Psalms 18 in the Holy Bible. Maybe you should read Psalms 18. There it says that God is angry because something was done towards you. And he thunders, and there is lightning and thunder, and fire comes out from his mouth, and God rides on the clouds, and he stretches out his hand down to us, and he rescues you. He drags you up from the mud and mire, and puts your feet on solid ground. That's Psalms 40. So Psalms 18 and Psalms 40, maybe you should read that, so that you will see that God is actually angry on your behalf. He's not indifferent. He's angry on your behalf, and one day he will avenge you. Yeah. Amen. So that's the truth of the situation. So when you have accepted that actually this hurt me very much, and you have cried, and maybe spoken to someone, the truth will set you free, then you can start to heal. And you will heal a little by little. And there will come things that remind you of the incident, that will remind you something, sometimes smells, sometimes an atmosphere, or a time of the year, or rain, or sunshine, or something will remind you of the terrible thing. Then you should know that, okay, now I feel anxiety, now I feel stressed, now I feel terrified, because I was reminded. But in that moment, say to your body, body, thank you for trying to protect me again. But it's not dangerous now. I'm safe now. So body, pulse, and respiration and stress, you can calm down. I'm safe. And then start to learn to breathe. So I'll teach you now one of the best tools that will actually help you the most. Not only will it give you a lot of oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide, but it will actually calm down your pulse, take away the stress, and let you start to feel at peace again, and let you start to feel safe again. So, whenever you are triggered by something reminding you of the terrible thing, your pulse will start to raise, and your blood pressure goes up, and your respiration goes up, and you are ready to flight or fight, you know. So the body you have is very wise. The body senses danger, and then the body will make you strong again to fight, you know, so that it will never happen to you again, because the body understands that this can never happen again, you know. So your body is so wise, your body is so strong that it fights for you. But when you actually are not in danger, it's just something reminding you of the danger that was, then it is so tiresome to experience those triggers and those things again and again, because it wears you out. So then say to the body, body, thank you for trying to protect me, but it's not necessary. I'm safe now. And then breathe. Okay, so you start to breathe in 5 seconds. Hold your breath and then breathe out. And hold your breath and breathe in. Hold your breath. So I breathe in 5 seconds, then I hold my breath for 5 seconds, then I breathe out for 5 seconds, then I hold my breath maybe 2-3 seconds, and then I start again. And this deep breathing, and you should breathe so that your stomach goes out, so that all the air comes like into your stomach, and you get like a pregnant stomach, and then you know, and then breathe out. So this kind of deep, slow breathing will slow down your pulse, and it will cut off the stress and cut off the anxiety. So you should do this. You should really do this, because number one, then you know that whenever you start to feel this anxiety or stress or feelings again, you have a tool. You can help yourself. You know what to do. You know, so it's not dangerous. You can walk out into life again, because you know, if I start to feel it, I can just start to breathe slowly and it will stop. And it actually brings you into peace. And then sometimes you also need to embrace yourself with a warm blanket, or even a warm bottle and to feel something warm, or to embrace yourself, or have someone embrace you, someone who's kind, you know, and then just breathe and say to yourself, thank you, body, for trying, but you're trying too much. I'm safe now, you know. And then say to yourself, I will be fine. I'm on my way to getting fine, because you are. And the Holy Bible says that God knows the plans He has for you, not plans to harm you. He has plans for future and hope. He has plans for your well-being. You will be well. It will all be well. So may God bless you and strengthen you, and just share this video to others and apply it. Hear it again. God bless you.